Hello, everybody. Surprise, surprise, surprise. I'm 2 hours early today. But I've got things I need to do later on this afternoon. So I was going to go live early and get that taken care of so I could get the other things done I needed to do. And there's Brooklyn Marie. Hello, Brooklyn. How are you today on this Mother's Day? If you're a mother, happy birthday. Happy Mother's Day to you. Not happy birthday, happy Mother's Day. It's a beautiful sunshiny day here. The wind is blowing a little bit and it's a little cooler. It's only 75 degrees, but it's so nice outside. It's comfortable, so if you want to do anything in your garden with the breeze blowing and at just 75, it's comfortable working in the yard or your garden. And I had some things I needed to do this afternoon. Well, great. Yeah, it's happy Mother's Day to both of us. I'm trying to bring my chat up here. We got Deb in the house. Happy Mother's Day. Jana, happy Mother's Day to you as well. Got 4 ladies in the house. It shows 12 watching right now. Are y'all having a wonderful day today? It's a beautiful day here, windy, sunshiny, but it's only 75 degrees, so it's really nice outside. Happy Mother's Day, Wanda. Yeah, I wanted to come on early and get this over with and just tell everybody Happy Mother's Day. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Happy Mother's Day, Shatika. Welcome. Happy Mother's Day, Wanda. It's a beautiful, relaxing day. I don't know what else to say, but I do have things I need to get done in the garden. And I wanted to take advantage of this cooler temperature and the wind blowing a little to get it done. And there's Gladys. Happy Mother's Day, Gladys. How's your day going so far? It's been raining this weekend and will be next week here. And oh no, well, our rain has finally stopped. But it left us with a little cooler temperature, which is fantastic. The garden is loving this cooler weather, plus all the rain we got. But it's just been a beautiful last couple of days. And we don't have any rain in the forecast for about another week. And then it's just a slight chance, so we may not get any then. Oh, and I looked up that what was supposed to be bush beans in my plant identifier, and it couldn't identify it. It came up 35, let's see, I wrote it down here. It came up 37% great pumpkin, which is a really big pumpkin, or 35% bitter bottle squash, which is edible. And it's a real famous gourd in Asia. They eat it on a daily basis. You can't go in a produce market without finding it for sale. And it's supposed to be really good for your liver. But, you know, at 37 and 35% chance of either one, I still don't know what it is. And there's Sandra. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. I know all this rain and the cooler temperatures have done a fantastic job with my garden. But I'm still trying to figure out what that plant is. I know it's not a bush bean. I've never seen bush beans like that. It looks like some kind of squash vine. And it's growing like a vine, not a bush. So I don't know what I'm going to do with all those vines growing in my green stalk tower. I may just have to cut them off, keep them trimmed down. But I'm anxious to see what it'll produce. It's got tons of blooms, but it has not produced any kind of fruit yet. So I don't know what it is. I'm anxious to know. Happy Mother's Day, Sandra. Will be a mystery until you know, and for us, yeah, it's a big mystery because I have never seen it. I mean, I put it in the plant identifier one time and it said unidentifiable. And then I put it in another picture of it and it come back 35% or 37% great pumpkin, or it's 35% better bitter squash or better bottle squash. Which I did some research on that squash or the gourd, and it is an edible squash. It's real famous in Asia, in that area. It's a daily food, really. They make curry out of it and all kind of stuff. They fry it, kind of like we do our squash. They cut it in rounds and batter it and fry it. And one thing where I looked it up, it said, taste each end of your squash. If it's bitter, throw it away. But then everybody else says it's supposed to be bitter. So if it's supposed to be bitter and you taste it and it's bitter and you throw it away, you're not going to have any. But I looked up recipes on it and it is supposed to be bitter. But they show ways of cooking it that makes it pretty reasonably good, I'm sure. So if that's what I've got out there, I'm going to try cooking some of it. But like I said, I don't know what it is yet. Happy Mother's Day, Mr. Ramen Noodles. I guess though you're a male, and Mother's Day wouldn't have anything to do with you, but have a great day anyway. And there's Tamara Douglas. Happy Mother's Day, Tamara. Yeah, I'm dying to find out what this vine is, this plant. It was supposed to be bush beans, but this is not any type of bush bean I've ever seen. I mean, it's interesting when you order seeds for bush beans and you get something like this growing from those seeds, you know. I mean, it's a guessing game. And happy Mother's Day, Barbara. Thank you for that greeting. The wind's blowing, or I'd probably go fishing this afternoon. If it calms down, maybe I will. For Mother's Day, I might go fishing and try some of my new fishing lures and hooks. I ordered, where is it? I thought this was interesting. So I ordered a box. It's the little worms on hooks, and they look like giant maggots, and I think that is what it is. But they claim that the fish love it. So I want to try these things. I've never fished with them before. I don't usually go into fishing with artificial bait, but look at this. That's your hook and your worm. I'm interested to try that and see what I get. I might catch something I don't want. But I have got so many different lures and worms in my tackle box that I have never even tried, that I don't know if I'll ever get around to trying them all. I prefer really to fish with live bait or cut bait rather than the artificial lures, because I've never really had any luck with the artificial lures. I'm doing great, Anthony. Thank you. I'm having a nice, relaxing day. Like I said, it's been beautiful days the last couple of days. The temperature's been cooler. It's only 75 right now. And the wind is blowing. So it's cool. It keeps you cool. And it's so nice being outside right now. Great time to do work in your garden because that breeze will keep you cool with the lower temperatures. And my garden is just growing like crazy. A lot of my tomato bushes that haven't got tomatoes on them are putting out blooms like crazy. Anthony said, I put in my 2-week notice today. Oh my goodness, you're resigning as a police officer? Yeah, hopefully Edith will show up. I'm kind of trying to keep the trolls out. That's why I've been going live kind of at the spur of the moment. I've not really been scheduling it much in advance because I don't want to alert the trolls, and let them plan to be here. What are you going to do, Anthony, if you quit being a police officer? And thank you for the happy Mother's Day, Anthony. How'd y'all like that hummingbird feeder? That company sent it to me, and they were supposed to send two, but one of them is the one that came. The other one came today. So I put it up. I'm going to do a short video on that, and then I'm going to put both of the feeders together and do a video on both of them. But they sent me these feeders absolutely free. I didn't even pay shipping or anything. In return, I'm to do a video and just post it on my channel. So I said, sure, why not? And so far, the hummingbirds seem to love the feeder. Yeah, I got a new job offer. What type of line of work will it be in, Anthony? Will it still be in law enforcement of some type or totally different field? Well, happy Mother's Day, Joanne. She just came in. And Kaled. Hi there, Kaled. Welcome to my chat on Mother's Day. Yes, it's a United States Marshal. The job allows me to fly first class economy, whatever they need, and get to see the world while I do it. Well, way. Congratulations, Anthony. Well, welcome, Joanne. She's a new subscriber. Everybody, please welcome Joanne. She found my channel last night. But I'm doing another video on these feeders. I'll put both of them together and video the hummingbirds coming to them and then get it posted. I had 2 hummingbirds coming to one feeder yesterday, but I didn't have my camera out there and ready, so I missed videoing that. And there's Roger Chambers, the real Roger C. Hello. You decided to take the job so you could stay away from the house. That ghost may follow you, Anthony. There's no guarantee. Yeah, there's no guarantee that that ghost don't show up on the airplane some flight. You never know. They have the ability to be anywhere. The only thing is, if you end up in the airplane and the ghost appears, then you can't parachute out. He'll just come with you. Oh no, you and your wife are going to get a divorce. I hate to hear that, Anthony. So sad. I hope the ghost situation at the house didn't cause all that. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that too. I hate it when I hear anybody getting a divorce. It's for the best you're fighting now and can't take it anymore. Yeah, sometimes it just gets bad and you know there's no alternative. You just have to do what's best at the time for you both of you. Yeah, I got my yard mowed. I got the back easement weed eated last night before dark. Oh, it was so nice out there to be able to weed eat and not actually get hot and start getting sweaty. She's still your best friend but can't take it anymore. We'll co-parent. Well, that's a good idea. You've got to stay friends for the kids, you know. That's the way I did with my ex-husband. I mean, it was awful when we were still married because it was a fight. He come home mad and wanted to slap me around or throw stuff around in the house. He threw peanut butter, a jar of peanut butter against the wall one day, broke the jar, and peanut butter went everywhere. And I just spent all day that Friday cleaning for the weekend. So that doesn't make you feel when they do that kind of stuff. But yeah, we stayed still friends and civil, talked to one another, after we were divorced for the kids. I mean, that's only right. I never would try to turn my son away from his dad, you know. That's his dad. He'll be his dad his whole life. That's the only dad he's going to have. And I said, there's no need in trying to make them enemies. That's not my way to do things. Because your kids, they grow up, they love both parents. It don't matter if you're divorced or not. They love their dad and they love their mom. And there's no need in y'all trying to turn them against one another. That's the worst thing anybody could do. Oh, you think she's got a new man already? That's sad. Well, if she does that quick, I mean, she may have had him around a long time, and that may have caused some of the problems. Yep, Tamara, that's the best way to go. When you end up divorced, don't try to turn your kids away from the other spouse. Don't their dad or the mom or whoever has custody of the kids. In my case, I had custody of my kids, and I never tried at one time to ever turn my kids away from their dad. I said, if that happens, he'll do it on his own. It won't be on my part. Because, kids are not stupid. They know, they learn, they see. They see what's going on, and when they're old enough to understand, then they can decide for themselves what's going on and how to deal with it. Oh no, Anthony, I'm so sorry. You came home and found him there. They weren't alone, tried to tell me nothing happened, but I'm not stupid. I know when a man puts his pants on in a hurry, right? Oh my goodness. I am so sorry you had to experience that. That's terrible. You might hear the rattling of my tin pie pan over my raspberry bush out there because the wind's blowing it, and once in a while it'll hit the metal of the arbor, and it clanks. But hopefully, it's keeping the birds away from the berries trying to form. I'm not sorry, but my brother will be. Well, that ghost may not ever show up to him in that house, you know. Or that was your brother that you found? Maybe I read that wrong. Maybe was it your brother you found alone with your wife when you came home? Oh my goodness. That's even worse. You never would expect your own brother to do that behind your back. Hmm. Oh my goodness. I've been walking around the yard a little bit, so that's why I cough, and I've been wiping my eyes because that pollen and stuff, I was breathing it and it was getting in my eyes, so now I'm paying the price for it. Well, I've never had a sister. I've got 5 brothers. I've got, I never had a sister, but if I ever came home and walked in my house and I found a sister of mine with my husband, and I thought something like that, I definitely would get a divorce too. And I'd probably kill her. I mean, the divorce wouldn't be the only thing. I would probably kill both of them. Well, that's what I'd feel like doing. I'd be so betrayed. And I just got a pop-up message from my brother in Tucson on my screen. He's telling me Happy Mother's Day. His name's Billy. Or William. He moved to Tucson years ago. When he retired, he moved to Tucson where it was warmer. He said he was tired of New York City and the ice and snow and the cold, freezing winters. That's the only thing to do, Anthony. You're exactly right. You don't have to give up your life because of what they did. Just let them have one another. If that's what they want, they may decide pretty quick that they really didn't want one another. They might decide, too, that it wasn't worth it all. Happy Mother's Day beyond the veil and Paula Bordeaux. Yep, stay focused. Don't let them get you. I mean, it affected me when my ex left. We got in a fight. Basically ran him out of the house. I came home the next day from a ball game with my kids, and his stuff was gone. His personal truck was gone. The boat was gone. The three-wheeler was gone. All of his clothes were gone. Everything he could manage to load up in his company truck, his personal truck, and the boat was gone the next day. Yeah, she's going to realize her mistake if that's what happened, that's for sure. A moment full of pleasure is not worth a lifetime of marriage, I'll tell you. So, have any of you got plans for this afternoon? What are y'all doing for Mother's Day? Anything? Or have you already done it? A lot of people celebrated Mother's Day yesterday. somebody to get them everything they ever wanted. By working, I'm buying it, then it is to be betrayed. And there's Over the Hills and Far Away. Hello. You must be a new subscriber. I don't remember seeing your name in our chat before. I'm doing fantastic today on this Mother's Day 2025. Got a beautiful sunshiny day. The wind's blowing and it's only 75 degrees. So it's just right to be outside. Well, welcome to my channel, Over the Hills and Far Away. You made lunch for your mom and ate with her, spending the afternoon with mom. Well, how sweet. Y'all have a good afternoon then. Thank you, Over the Hills and Far Away. Happy Mother's Day to you too. Oh, your daughter and son are taking you to brunch. Pretty excited. Now that'll be fun. And Joanne's son and daughter's going to cook me fried chicken and potatoes and green beans and noodle salad. That sounds fabulous, Joanne. I don't know what I might cook later. I don't know. I made an egg and sausage sandwich for breakfast this morning. And I hadn't decided what I wanted to fix for this evening. I didn't know if I wanted to go out and grab me a quick hamburger or just cook something at home. Over the hills and through the woods to Granny's house we go. Gotta go, something to eat, be back later. Okay, Anthony, enjoy your meal. See you later if we're still here. And Over the Hills and Far Away is cooking vegan steak for the family. Oh, wow. They'll enjoy that. And there's Mrs. Myers, too, telling me Happy Mother's Day. Well, Happy Mother's Day to you as well, Mrs. Meyer. Same to you, Jana. Have a lovely day and God bless. God bless all my subscribers. Well, I don't know what they're doing next door, but they were running that jackhammer all day. You know, you heard it in my video. And it seemed like they cut a drainage ditch from the backyard down toward the front to drain the water out of the backyard. There's still water standing there. Nowhere as much as there was, but there's still water there, and it's a mosquito hazard. I've been getting to eat up with mosquitoes when I go out in my garden. So I started spraying with bug spray before I go out. Evidently, he has no intentions of filling that backyard back in. He needs to fill it in, bring it back up to the height it was before, so it'll drain properly and not cause erosion and all kind of problems. He leaves it like it is, he's going to have to put up a retaining wall around his whole backyard to keep the dirt from, just caving in on his backyard. I mean, it's crazy. I've never seen a builder do that. Usually when they dig out the yard to put the tanks down, they do it, they get the tanks down, they get their pipes fixed, and then they fill it back in. They don't leave it like that. And it's been like that for months. Because he put those tanks down before he ever built the house. And they've been working on that house for a good month and a half or so. I don't know how long it's been. And that backyard has been like that. I asked one of the workers yesterday, I said, are y'all ever going to fill this in? He said, well, I'm not. He said, I'm not the builder. But he said he'll fill it in sooner or later. I mean, what's the big deal? What is he waiting on? Does he think he's going to find gold back there if he don't fill it in? I have no idea. Or maybe he's just trying to piss all the neighbors off. I have no idea about that either. I live in Texas now, over the hills. I've been in Texas since 1978, north central Texas, but I'm originally from North Carolina, right on the coast where all the beaches are. I miss the ocean because I live 2 blocks from the ocean. I could get out, clean my house up, do what I had to do for the day, and then just get out, walk 2 blocks down, and I'm right on the beach strand. I loved it because usually I'd go walking on the beach almost every day. It's been a long time since I've walked on the beach, the ocean. Of course, I got the lake here, but still, it's not like walking out your door and walking 2 blocks and you're right on the beach strand. North Carolina, where Brown Mountain is with aliens. Well, my kids didn't call. My son sent me a video this morning. It was a happy birthday, a happy Mother's Day to me. Some little chicken video. It was real cute with music playing. I haven't heard from my daughter, though. Well, thank you, Chill. You live in White Settlement, Texas. I'm not familiar with that. Oh, yeah, that's up around Fort Worth. I'm down here in Granbury, so you're probably familiar with Granbury area too. You may have even been here before, because I live here on Granbury Lake. I don't know anybody that lives in White Settlement, but I'm familiar with where that area is. Yeah, it's not far from Fort Worth at all. And see, I'm about an hour's drive southwest of Fort Worth and Dallas. You come down Highway 377, straight into Granbury. You love the soup I made. It was pretty good. I still got some in the refrigerator, but I ate about 3 or 4 bowls of it, and I was getting tired of soup. I needed to change, and I fixed me a sandwich yesterday. But I might eat some more of that soup tonight. I don't know. But if you watch my garden update that was posted today, you'll see I picked two of my first yellow squash. My other ones are not quite big enough. And next I'm going to be picking zucchini. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the zucchini yet. I might make a zucchini bread. But the one I made last year was more like cake than it was bread. It was so good. Yeah, you can freeze soup. Yeah, I made a pot full, so it was enough to last for a week. And I said I can eat it as a side dish to my other meals too. I can just scoop the veggies out and put them on my plate and eat them as my side dish with some meat or whatever I want to fix. Your peppers have blooms? I don't think any of my peppers are blooming yet. My plants, I don't think, were quite big enough yet. But most of my tomato plants are blooming, or they're full of tomatoes already. And it looks like I'm going to have patty pan squash, y'all. I planted them several years, and about the time they wanted to produce the squash, the plants died. But I've actually got 3 or 4 little bitty patty pan squash developing on that bush back there. I can't wait. It loves that big pot. It loves that spot. So if they end up developing to where I can pick me some squash off that bush this year, I'm definitely going to be planting more in that area next year. My squash is only, not my squash, but my okra. The okra that has come up is only a couple of inches tall. So I don't know what was going on with my okra seeds this year. They didn't come up as quick as they did last year. I'm seventh, like Ellen. Yeah, I'm dying to see if my raspberry bush is going to produce some raspberries this year. I've done everything I know to do to keep the birds away from the bush, to keep them from eating the little seeds when they start. I've got white eggplant. They're 3 or 4 inches tall, but it's going to be a while yet before they'll produce any eggplant, you know. I've got the Casper white eggplant. I've got several plants of that growing, and I've got several plants of the Black Beauty eggplant. So I should have both of those eggplants this year. I can't wait to harvest some white eggplant. I've never seen white eggplant before until I saw those seeds. But I finally got around out there to moving my rosemary bush because it wasn't doing too good in that little um, the 5 gallon bucket planter that I had. So I moved it over to the spot where my rosemary grew last year. And it gets a little bit more sun there. And I think rosemary not only needs a little shade in this heat of Texas, but it needs a little sun too. But beyond the veil, she said, I never heard of white eggplant. I had not either. I'd never gotten seeds to plant before, but I was in the store and I just happened to be looking at the seeds to see if they had anything that I didn't have and that I might like to grow. And I came across the Casper white eggplant. And I said, man, I got to try these. So I bought a package of them, and by George, I got plants coming up. There's not many of them, but there's some plants out there. Beyond the veil, I'm a man, not a woman. Okay, well, I didn't know, by the name. I apologize. We welcome men in our chat, too. I love having men subscribe to my channel. Men love gardening and cooking, too, so. And getting into a lot of the projects that I get into. Like doing my floor, building cabinets. There's no telling what I'm liable to pop up in a video doing. Yeah, the full name of it is Casper eggplant. Casper white eggplant. I guess they named it by Casper the Ghost. And there's Fred Romero. Welcome. Have not seen you, lady, on chat. How are you? I'm doing great. And I've purposely not been going live very much because of the trolls that have been coming into the chat and trying to ruin everything. That's why I'm going live and changing the times I go live and not scheduling them too far in advance because I don't want to give the trolls opportunity to schedule to be there when I go live. Hi, Peggy. Happy Mother's Day to you, too. I hope you're having a great day. The last live I had, we had no trolls. I don't know what'll happen today, but so far we don't have trolls coming in. What are the troops? I'm always happy that we have all the same opinion about life. Nisomi, welcome. I don't know that I remember your name before. Yeah, the trolls just drive you crazy. Well, she's probably eating her dinner for Mother's Day. Or who knows, they may have taken a bunch of the ladies out somewhere for Mother's Day. Trolls. Yeah, they get kind of sexual with their comments and they get racist. I mean, it's really bad. But I've told my moderators when they come in, if you can, just block them or at least put them in timeout for 24 hours so they can't keep coming back in. I mean, they can come back in, but they'll have to keep changing their name to come back in. What are they? They're just people that come into my chat and leave vulgar comments or racist comments. Yeah, it's not cool at all. Now, Naomi, are you saying you're from Germany? Or German? The last time they came in, they were leaving a bunch of just racist comments, putting one letter in each comment in a row, spelling out a name to be offensive to other people. Yeah, it's not cool at all. It's not cool at all. Yeah, but I was so surprised when I was contacted by this company and I started to delete the email that they sent me because I get so many spam emails where they're telling me I won something, but I got to go in and pay shipping. And I'm always afraid to do that because, once you give them your account information, they can charge whatever they want to your account. So I never will do that. But I got this email from this company, this Emily, I think was her name, and she asked me if I'd consider doing a video on hummingbirds if they send me feeders. Well, they were going to send me 2 feeders. And I said, well, sure. I said, I can't buy anything right now, but if you want to send them to me, sure, I'd make a short video on it. So they sent me the one. Both were supposed to come together, but for some reason they came separately. I got the other one today, and I've got it up outside already, but I haven't had time to go out there and just sit and wait for the hummingbirds to come to do a video, but I will. Maybe this evening at feeding time. Beyond the Veil, you're a moderator. You see that you got a wrench. Yeah, they're scammers, Fred. That's exactly what they are. I don't trust each and every email I get, but, when they come on there and ask if you would do something and would you like the feeders, and they offer to send them to you free of charge, sure, I'll take it. I'll try it. I'll video it, and we'll see how it works. And now I got the other one, and I looked them up on Amazon, and both of them you can buy together or separate, and they just started selling these, and they're like $35 for both of them. I mean, they may be running a sale on them since I looked, but they're nice. I mean, they're nice, pretty little feeders. You welcome, Beyond the Veil. Also, don't open text messages that you don't know. They can scam your phone. Yeah, I mean, you got to be so careful. And there's somebody out there, lots of somebodies. There's this soldier, and I come across it a couple of years ago on Facebook. I got a message from this guy, and he started chatting with me. Well, he looked really good. He was a soldier, and he wanted me to go to download the app Hangouts so we could chat privately, and you could also do phone calling through it. So I did, just seeing what it was all about. And nevertheless, he ended up wanting to call me, but he never would show himself. He always had a picture of the soldier in front of the camera. So all you saw was the picture of the soldier that he was claiming to be. And you could hear his voice, but you couldn't see him. And that voice did not go with that picture, I'll tell you. Because this was an American soldier, and his voice was not American. And it ended up where he was asking me for $20,000 so he could get out of the Army early. Well, he didn't know much about the Army, for sure. Because I know for a fact, my dad was Navy, my brothers were in the Army. You don't pay the Army to get out early, especially if you claim you've been in there 30 years. If you want to get out of the Army after you serve 30 years, all you got to do is put in for a discharge. And this guy had there's no way. He was claiming to be a general. He was going by a different name than the actual picture, because you could see on the soldier's shirt what his last name was, which was Marsh, M-A-R-S-H. Well, he was going by the name Mark Miller or Miller Mark or some other names. Well, I finally just deleted him out. I blocked him, and I tried to turn him into every place I could turn him into on Facebook, the military, everywhere. But, there's not a whole lot they can do about all these imposters that put up fake profiles and start asking women for money. And they target older women that they think will be vulnerable, and they would end up sending them money. Well, I came across the video of the actual soldier. Well, no, what I did was I put up a picture of him that I had off of that website, and I put a comment in. I said, if anybody knows who this soldier is or you recognize him, and you can, please notify him that there's people out there using his pictures and his profile to run scams on women. Well, finally, I come across the actual guy, the soldier, and he had done videos on the news. He had put videos out on YouTube and everything, telling people, everybody, women, whoever, they're contacted by this guy. He's warning them, you just have to be careful, he says. People are every day are using my photographs and my name part of the time, putting up fake profiles and trying to scam women out of money. And he said, I assure you it's not me. I don't have a Facebook account. I no longer have the YouTube account. I don't have any of those accounts. He told the accounts that you would get messages from him if he sent you a message, a real message. And it was like I can't remember the name of it, but it was not Facebook. It was not YouTube. It was not any of the ordinary messages apps that you would get messages from. He said, just be careful, because he said, it's not me. He said, I have had women that when they finally realized how to contact me, the real Jonathan Marsh, I found out there's been women out there scammed out of $30,000, $20,000, this, that, and the other. And I contacted him as well. I told him, I said, well, I'm the one that put your picture on Facebook trying to warn you that there's all these imposters out there trying to run scams with your picture and your profile. And he messaged back and he said, well, how much did you give them? I said, luckily I didn't give them anything because I realized this person was too stupid to scam people. First of all, like I said, he was using a different name than what was on the shirt of the Army uniform that you had. The name was Marsh on the uniform. He was going by Mark Miller, Miller Mark, everything but Jonathan Marsh. And I said, yeah, I didn't send him anything, thank goodness, because, I noticed that right away, that it was not real. It was a scam. He claimed he was in Syria. He was stationed in Syria, which the real Jonathan was in Syria, I think, at one time. So he might have known that. And he was building on all the information he had about the soldier, trying to scam everybody. But yeah, it was just a relief to me to know that the real Jonathan knew he had scammers out there. Facebook had actually shut his real Facebook profile down while all while all that was going on. And he was just warning people, in 2 different videos that I saw. Be careful, because if you get messages from me on anything except Tad Pilot is what it was, and some other thing which has nothing to do with Facebook, YouTube, or any of these other apps, he said it's not me. So I feel for him, He owns Tier 1 construction in, I think it's Oklahoma City. He's originally from Oklahoma. He lives in Oklahoma. I'm not sure if he lives in Oklahoma City or Tulsa. I'm not sure. But he's married. His wife's name is Amanda. He had a son on the way. He's got a daughter named Montana. So, and if you ladies get messages from this soldier, beware. It's not him. It's somebody that's being an imposter. Yeah, I had one of them contact me and want me to download the WhatsApp. I said, well, I don't use the WhatsApp. I said, why do you want me to do that? He said, so we can talk more privately. I said, well, that's what the other scammer did, I said, this doesn't sound right. So he finally quit sending messages to me because I figured he thought that, he was going to end up getting trouble, that I'd be able to identify who he was. Yeah, they work in undisclosed phone rooms. Exactly. But I'm wise to them now. It don't bother me. In fact, I get a lot of messages from Jonathan Marsh, Jonathan E. Marsh, all the time. Or Marsh Jonathan. They'll switch the name around. And I just messaged back. I said, I know you're an imposter. Quit sending me messages. And there's Patricia. Thank you for that. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. And there's Vegan Menu. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. And thank you for that Happy Mother's Day you just sent. And if the police department call and ask if you would donate for some event, don't. I don't. I've hung up every time. If I want to donate to the police department, I'll go to the police department and I'll donate money. I'm not going to donate it off a phone call. I don't trust any of them. Beyond the Veil said, my mom's a victim of scams. Oh, that's sad. But this Jonathan, he even paid back money that he didn't even get from this one lady. I don't know how much money it was, but she contacted him, told him she fell in love with his picture. She thought it was really him. And she sent X amount of dollars in. And this man, even though he didn't get the money she sent, he had nothing to do with it. He saw to it that she got her money back. How are you doing today, Vegan Menu? Happy Mother's Day to you as well. I even had for some of my lady friends that I grew up went to school with in North Carolina message me and tell me that they had messages from soldiers like that. It may have been the same one, they didn't remember, but they were asking for money right away, and it looked so real. They made it look real. But like I said, when he called you on the Hangouts, you can do a visual phone call, and he never would put himself up in front of the camera. He'd always put a picture of Jonathan Marsh up. And I said, no, this is a scam, because he sounds Syrian. He talked with a real heavy accent that people have in that area. And I said, that's not the Jonathan he's claiming to be. But at least he knows that, that's going on. He's aware of it. But he said in that video that he did from his office at Tier 1 on that news channel that Facebook had even shut him down on Facebook because he was reported for running scams. And he was the real Jonathan, and he wasn't doing the scams. It was the imposters that were doing it. So I don't know if he ever got a new one or not, but there's a dozen or more people on Facebook that have come up with profiles using his pictures again. And they're new channels because they only have, like, some of them have 12. They only have, like, well, if I can get to talk without coughing. You can tell they just started the channels up on Facebook, because some of them don't even have 50 subscribers yet. Or followers. Some have 12 followers, some 13, some 20, some a couple of hundred. So they're brand new scammers popping up using his pictures and his profile. I'm like, you're in the Army, you would know the name of the gun, right? That's exactly right, Beyond the Veil, and they wouldn't mind telling you either. I don't know what this Tad Pilot app is all about. It might have been something that he came up with where he communicated with people when he still was in the service and teaching, like, ROTC classes, or going to different schools and talking to the kids and stuff like that, because it shows pictures of him doing that. Because I've never heard of the Tad Pilot, but I did look it up. And it seemed like it's communication app for disabled. I don't know. So I don't know what it's all about, but, at least I know the people that contact me claiming to be Jonathan Marsh are not Jonathan Marsh. There are people out there trying to scam you out of money. Yeah, if she's in the Army and she had a really big gun and you ask what kind of gun she carried, she wouldn't mind telling you the name of it. She'd know right in a hurry what it was. Yeah, I don't go near those dating apps just for that reason, Beyond the Veil. They're all scammers. I stay away from all that. Exactly, Fred. The IRS will not call you and tell you you owe X amount of dollars that you need to send them money. They will not do that. And usually Medicare will not call you and or they won't notify you that you owe money or you need to do this, that, or the other. Usually if they increase your payment on Medicare or Social Security, they just do it automatic. They're not going to tell you to notify them to get your money. I called a couple of these people that were saying, if you're on Social Security, you got $900 coming to you, call this number. I called it just for the heck of it. And it was somebody wanting to sell me insurance is what it was. I hung up on them. And all about that money card that they keep saying that you can get through Social Security. Call that number so you can get your money card. And I did that. And they were trying to sell you insurance. I say that's how you get the money card, is you enroll in our insurance and you save enough money that you'll have the amount that's on that card, but you're not actually going to get a card. I hung up on them too. I said, you're nothing but a scammer. Yeah, I don't even use dating apps. I stay away from them. You know what I usually do when they call me telemarketing calls? I just turn around and try to sell them something and they hang up on me. Saying you're the beneficiary for so much money, the email runs on sentence, no punctuation, etc. Yeah, a lot of these are scams. They try to make it look like they're trying to give you money, but their whole intent is to get your bank account information. And once they get hold of your bank account information, they will clean your account out. They will do it in a heartbeat. Exactly, Tamara. I don't give my bank account information or my Social Security number, any of that stuff out to any of these people that call wanting your information, trying to give you money. I can't tell you how many emails I deleted just this morning off of Gmail where they're telling me I won $500, I won $1,200, I won this much. There was probably 30 different emails with different money amounts. And the first thing they ask you when you click on that link is your bank account information. I thought to myself, y'all are crazy. You ain't getting that information because you'll be taking my money and not giving me money. So I delete them all out. I just recently had to delete out my old checking account because I had someone that got hold of my information. I don't know how, but they went in through Zelle, 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 whatever that is. And I'll tell you what, they were charging on my checking account $250, then come up $240, $230, and then $250 again. And I immediately called and stopped the account and filed a report on it, a claim, for fraudulent charges. I finally did get the money refunded back into my account, but I did close out that old account and I opened a new checking account with all new account numbers and everything. Liv, happy Mother's Day to you as well. Thank you for that Happy Mother's Day greeting. Yeah, they try anything. It's really bad today. There's scammers out there. That's all they do all day and most of the night is contact people trying to get your information just to steal your money. I've deleted out so many emails every day, it's ridiculous. And they're just all scam emails. I don't even trust the Walmart emails anymore. They try to say you won this, get in there, give us your account information for shipping. Lowe's is doing the same, or somebody using Lowe's name is doing the same thing. I thought to myself, if I won something from Walmart or Lowe's or Home Depot, they can just send it to me. If I want it, they know my address. Ship it to me. I shouldn't have to pay for something I won. Yeah, everybody's looking for a free dollar. They don't want to work. They'd rather sit back in their living room or their basement or their attic or wherever they have their computer set up. They can make more money scamming people out of their money. And it's not as hard work on their part. Yep, people are lazy today. They don't want to work. They want your money that you worked hard for. They're not getting mine. I don't have money to give, but hey, what little bit I got coming in pays my bills. I can't afford to give it away. And I can't afford somebody just to take it. Well, they're criminals beyond the veil. Criminals have no conscience. All right, Gladys, see you later. Have a great afternoon. Happy Mother's Day. Well, I did save over the years, but in my older years, because I'm not a teenager anymore, I've had to cash in Walmart stock. I put a new roof on my house, my patios, my carport, my shed. I spent it for things I needed. I just didn't cash in my stock and spend it crazy. I put it on my house that I needed. But sometimes I don't know if it was a good idea because my house is getting older and older and I've put all my money in it. I put all my money in my property here. Exactly, Fred. And Liv is going to Florida tomorrow. Okay. Are you going on a vacation or are you moving to Florida? Well, I'm not a criminal, never have been, don't want to ever be one. But I know just from common sense, you can figure out who's scamming you and who's not. If you know anything about the military, if you've been in there 30 years and you're a general, for Pete's sake, a general is what they claimed to be when they were chatting with me. They were in for the 30 years, and to get out, they needed $20,000 to pay to get out of the Army. How ridiculous is that? If you've been in 30 years, you're a general, just apply for a discharge. My God. Well, happy birthday. It's a vacation week for your birthday. There's Wilson. Yeah, I should have asked what gun he used. Well, the real Jonathan is he's a Black Hawk. He was a Black Hawk pilot. So he probably flew the helicopter while the other guys were using the guns. I don't know that much about it, but I know if you're a general, you've been in for 30 years, you don't need somebody to send you $20,000 so you can get out of the Army early. I mean, there's no early to it. You either want to get out or you stay in. My dad was in the Navy for 13 years. He was making it his career. And I ended up with so many brothers and myself that my mom told my dad, you got to stay home. I need help. We got too many kids. So he put in for a discharge. Didn't cost him $20,000 to get out. And that's what Jonathan was telling in some of those videos where he did it live on the news. He said, ladies, the Army takes care of their people. You don't pay to get out of the Army. They'll send you home if you don't want to be there. If you've done your time. When you enlist or you're drafted, you've got to be in for, 18 months or 2 years? And when your time is up, you're free to get out. They're not going to keep you if you don't want to stay. You can re-enlist and stay in as long as you want, but you don't have to. Ravi Rock, hello. How are you today? And there's Life with Pippin time. Happy Mother's Day to you too as well, and thank you for my greeting. Well, usually when you enlist in the Army or you're drafted, you're in for 2 years. It's 18 months or 2 years. I don't know which, but I think after 2 years, you can get out whenever you want. You've been in 30 years, they're not going to keep you if you don't want to be there. It might be, Wilson, I don't know. Those garlic chives, they're not like the walking onions. It may be next year before they come up. I have no idea. I got to get out there and pull out a tub of my garlic chives. I've got too many in there. They've got grass growing all in it, so I've got to clean it out and replant the tote. Hi, Ravi Rock. How are you doing today? When you're contacted by those scammers, you got to use common sense. If things don't add up, they don't seem like it's real, if it just seems odd, some of the things they tell you, just get rid of them. Don't listen to them. They're just after your money. I'm doing great. It's a beautiful Mother's Day today. Beautiful day outside. It's cool. Wind has been blowing. The sun's out. I planted all of mine in one tote, but I only got like 15 bulbs. You can plant them fairly close because they grow like the spring onions. They don't bulb up. They grow tall. The onion does, kind of like a leek. So if you put them a couple of inches apart, that's plenty enough space. Yeah, scams are everywhere today. I don't know, Joanne. I thought about maybe trying to go fishing a little bit later. I don't know. I don't usually like to go on the weekends because the landings are crowded with people on weekends or holidays. And I usually like to wait for a weekday when everybody's gone home and back to work so I can go fishing and I don't have 20 people around me. Like I said, Wilson, you can plant them. It may be next spring before they come up. I don't know. I don't remember how mine did when I first planted them. But I can't imagine why they're not coming up. They're fresh bulbs. I had just gotten them off of the plants. Yeah, stores can too, just like you said. You just got to be careful. Use common sense. My brother-in-law today tilled 6x6 area for my onions. Oh, so you're going to put yours in the ground, not in a pot. I like mine in pots so I can keep the grass out of them a little bit better. I just let those garlic chives get away with me. Yes, I sure do, Tamara. I eat my fish that I catch. If they're big enough to save, I bring them home and I fry them up. I haven't caught any really big ones lately. I mean, it's been a year or more since I've caught a big old catfish. You're going to have a pro check your soil. Well, you can always plant them in pots like I do. I've got all my walking onions and everything else in pots, totes or buckets. The only thing I've got in the ground is my crepe myrtle trees and stuff like that. And like the rock gardens, you know, but I don't have veggies planted out there. And there's Tamara Ameling. Did you get your walking onions to plant, Tamara? You should have gotten them way before now. Yeah, Tamara had asked me to send her some walking onions and garlic chives to plant, so I sent her a package with both in them. I hope she's got them. I haven't even checked the tracking to see. She may not have heard me. These walking onions are crazy. I picked a bunch of them, or some of them yesterday. And look at this. From that little bitty bulb, right there, there's a little bitty bulb right at the end of my finger, right here on this side. I've got that long onion shoot growing already. Look at that. I need to get it in the ground in the pot. And see, they come open in clusters like this, and you have to separate them. But these are already growing sprouts. I mean, they got sprouts, some of them 6 inches long. Let me break one of these off. See, that's a separate little onion right there. And look at the sprout on it. All you do is stick it in the ground and let the sprout stick up. It's that easy to plant them. Just like regular onions. And look at that one. The onion bulb here. And look at this long sprout coming up from it. So I need to get those in a pot out there. No, the onions are not. These are Egyptian walking onions. You plant them, they grow like crazy. They produce these little, these are the clusters that come up on the top of the stalk, the stem, the onion, I don't know, leaf or whatever you call it. And they burst out and produce a whole cluster of little onions to replant. But that's what that is. That's an Egyptian walking onion. And when you plant them, you'll always have onions. Because if you'll wait and don't harvest your onions until they walk and burst out with these clusters at the top, you can replant these and have another pot of onions while you eat the first pot. But that's what Egyptian walking onions are. I mean, I've tried to show them in my videos. See, this is a whole cluster. And I need to separate those little bulbs, those little tiny bulbs. See if I can pop one. See how little this one is? But it's already got a little shoot at the top, a little sprout. And all you do is stick that in the ground and it'll grow like crazy. Produce you a big old Egyptian walking onion. It looks like a giant spring onion is what it looks like. I'm the one who said I had ground till yes. Oh, okay. They came Thursday. Well, good luck with your onions. And there's MT. Yeah, I've had a fantastic Mother's Day today. It's been lazy. The day's been beautiful. It's only 75 degrees. The wind's blowing. The sun's out. It's just a beautiful day. Yeah, I can't remember when I first planted the garlic chives. They may have been the ones that I planted one spring and they never came up and did anything till the next spring. But the Egyptian walking onions will start growing immediately. It's 83 here in Ohio. Well, it did turn 76 here right now, and it's 2:29 p.m. Make soup, pork neck bone soup. I saw your video yesterday. Well, thank you for watching, Wilson. Well, I don't know, either us mentioning reporting these trolls coming into my live got rid of them because they don't want YouTube to find out what they're doing, or either me switching around and not scheduling long in advance and coming live at different times has helped, because so far we've not had any trolls in here today, and we didn't have any in last time I went live either. So that's a good thing. And I still haven't opened my box of candy, MT. I know if I ever start opening that box and I start eating the first piece, I won't stop till the box is gone. Oh, really? Your sister's baby was baptized today. That's nice. No, I didn't go to church today. You want to know about this onion in my garden? Well, it's called an Egyptian walking onion. And every spring, this time of year, at the top of the onion stalk, it'll burst out with this cluster of onions just like this. And it bursts open and it starts growing an onion plant. And you separate it. You separate it like that, and you can't even see the little bulb that this one came out of. I may have broke it off, but it's down there. And see, it's put out an onion shoot already. And it's already putting out another one to burst out a cluster at the end of it. But you plant them, leave that big shoot up, and they grow really fast. You can start eating your onion tops the first season. You can eat some of your onions the first season. They'll grow like a leek. The onion will be kind of long. They don't bulb up real big and round like a regular onion. They grow tall like a leek does. And they're really good. But if you'll leave some of them till the next spring, when they start really growing, because they live all winter. they'll do their walking, as they call it. And it'll go all the way up that green stalk to the top, and the top it'll burst out in that clump, this clump that I just showed you, like that. It'll burst open, and you can see it, it's already starting to grow, and I didn't even break it off the vine yet, or off the onion. And you separate them, and you replant them, and you got another whole bed of walking onions. You'll always have onions if you plant these kind. And at least wait the first season until they walk and produce these baby bulbs. Replant them, then you can harvest some of your first onions that you planted. You'll always have onions if you do that. And you can use them just like a regular onion. See, I just separated this one. Look at that little onion bulb. You just plant that little onion bulb in the dirt. From here up, you leave above the ground, and your onion's going to grow. And I got to get these out there planted. And I've got tons more I need to break off of the plants and get those planted. Wilson said, my mom died last year, and my dad died back in 2001. I'm sorry to hear that. I bought my first onions online, Ravi. Where can I buy it? You can look online to buy them. I think Amazon sells them, Gurney's. A lot of places sells them. If I had your mailing address, I might could send it to you if the postage wouldn't cost so much, because I don't know where you're located. If you're out of the country, I couldn't send it. It would cost way too much. But you could order them from Amazon, Gurney's Nursery. Just put in Egyptian walking onions, and a lot of places will come up that carry them that you can buy them. I think I got about, I don't know, maybe 15 seeds the first year I ordered any for about $12 or $15. I mean, they weren't real cheap, but, you know, they were worth buying. Where are you located, Ravi Rock? Are you in the United States? I've been pulling my white onions as they bulb up, you know, putting them in my recipes. I've pulled one of my red onions up already to put in a salad. And I didn't use the whole onion. From India, yeah, it would cost me way too much to send them to India. I have no idea what it would cost to send to India. Probably more than I can afford. But you should be able to order them online somewhere, Ravi Rock, and have them delivered to you. I've got to find my cough drops. I'm going to send some flowers to my mom's gravesite when I get the funds for flowers. Where is your mom's grave at, Wilson? And I don't know how long it would take them to get to India. I don't know if they would still be any good by the time you got them if I had tried to package them, because, you know, usually when I send them anywhere, it only takes 2 or 3 days for people to get them. south of San Antonio. I just got a message pop up from Jonathan E. Marsh on my screen. He said, looks like you're busy. I know he's an imposter. I don't know why he keeps sending me. He's not scamming me out of nothing. I know it's not the real Jonathan, so. There's Country Girls Cooking with Rhonda. Happy Mother's Day to you too as well. Somebody else had asked me for Egyptian walking onion seeds, and I told them to send me their address, and I never did get the address, so I don't know who it was. I don't remember. Is your dad buried there too, Wilson? No. Yeah, a lot of my Egyptian walking onions have gotten so big right now. They look like big leeks is what they look like. And I need to start pulling more of them out and start cooking them than I do my other ones. I've got plenty of onions this year, that's for sure. I do that all the time beyond the veil. I make a roux and make my own homemade gravy constantly. I don't like packaged gravy. I already have onion common in my garden. Thank you for asking. My dad is at Fort Sam Houston Cemetery. Oh, okay. Yeah, I always make my own homemade gravy. I don't like that package mix stuff. I guess it's okay if you can't do anything else, but I'd rather have my homemade gravy. I make it with my chicken fried steak. I make my own gravy. I make my gravy with um liver and onions. I make a really nice brown gravy with that, and I love it. Chicken, I make my own chicken gravy. Anything that you can make a gravy with, I make my own. I've got some of the packages because they were sent to me in food orders that one of my subscribers sent me a while back. And I think I've only used one of them. But I do have some. I just don't usually use them. You still have the flag that you got at your dad's service? You added the gravy to homemade egg noodles with pork and beans. That sounds good. Yep, homemade gravy is real good. Let me ask you something, Ravi. I was looking up what that plant is that I've got coming up all over the garden that was supposed to be bush beans that's not. And the plant identifier says it's 37% or 35% bitter bottle gourd. And I know you can eat it. I think people in Asia or India or Iran or in that, somewhere in that area, they eat this bitter squash, this bitter gourd. Have you ever eaten it? Or do you have it in the markets where you can buy it where you live? It's supposed to be good for your liver, because I've done some investigating on the bitter bottle gourd, and I found several different recipes to cook it. So if that's what mine is and it starts producing those those gourds, I'll know I can eat them if I try to fix them. But that plant has not produced anything but tons of blooms so far. So I still don't know what it is. The plant identifier really couldn't even identify it, except that it was 37% big pumpkin or 35% bitter bottle gourd. But at 37%, it probably isn't. Oh, it's available in your market, but I haven't, because I did investigating on that, and it said it's a very common dish in your country, and that it was available in most of the produce markets in your country, that it was something that was almost eaten daily. They make a stir fry with it and all kind of stir fry, a curry they make with it. I just can't wait to see what it produces. I want to see what kind of plant I'm growing. I don't know what it is, but it's growing like crazy. And my real pumpkin plant is producing pumpkins. I've got little egg-sized pumpkins out there. It's the pie pumpkin. It'll be the little pumpkin and maybe about that big around. It's a mystery, y'all. Until it produces whatever it's going to produce, I'm not going to know what it is. But I hope it's not big pumpkins. Oh my God, I'll have pumpkins everywhere. I'll have to keep the vines cut back, that's for sure. I never knew there was such a thing as bitter bottle gourd that you could eat. Little Buddy and Lucky are doing great. They were fed this morning and they had their treat, so they've been happy. They're probably out there sleeping in the sunshine. And there's Let's Talk About It. Hello, how are you doing today? Yeah, it's crazy when you plant something and you think it's one thing and it turns out to be something you can't even identify. Well, thank you. You're just done with all your chores and you love my channel. Well, I'm glad you love my channel. Fode Madri. Hello, whoever. You've got to be a new subscriber. I don't recognize that name, but welcome to my channel. No, Dennis said he wasn't coming back. I don't know. I guess he's too busy with his own channel, I guess. I don't know. I'm in Texas, Ravi. Texas. North Central Texas. I'm originally from North Carolina, though. But I've been living in Texas since 1978. There's Edith. Hey, Edith, happy Mother's Day to you. Thank you for that Mother's Day greeting. I'm still watching them great big tomatoes out there. I can't wait to have me a BLT with that big old great big tomato I got out there. That first great big one is going to be a BLT. That'll be way too much tomato for a tomato sandwich. It'll fix a couple of tomato sandwiches. One slice would be one sandwich almost. Thank you, Edith. And there's William. Thank you for that Mother's Day greeting, William. How are you doing today? Have you been having a good Mother's Day, Edith? Yeah, that's what I figured, Wilson. I thought you'd always lived in San Antonio. And there's Dennis Malone. That's got to be Stephanie. Hello there. How are you doing, stranger? You had a good Mother's Day, Edith? Well, that's good. Y'all, do y'all remember Stephanie? She came in with Dennis Malone's chat. She hasn't been in our chat for a while. My Mother's Day has been great. It's been a beautiful day here. It's been only like 76 degrees. The wind's blowing. The sun's out. It's just a beautiful day. The only thing is the wind is stirring up all the pollen that I'm allergic to. Yep, you're exactly right, Ravi. It borders Mexico. And I'm about right in the middle of the state of Texas. Beyond the Veil says, my days are going by fast. I know. It seems like the older you get, the faster the days are going by. I remember when I was a kid, it just seemed like the days were so long. And then after I passed 20, oh my God, the days just flew by. And then when you get a job and you're working all the time, the whole week is gone in the blink of the eye. Thank you, Jeremy, for that Mother's Day greeting. I know it's already summer. It'll be fall and winter again before you know it. But you know, I've noticed I haven't got those old stinging worms, those caterpillars that I got last year. Last year they were everywhere. I've only seen two this year so far. I hope I don't see any more. Yeah, when you're out of school, the days really go by fast. The years fly by. And I think it's because you're working all the time. You get out of school, you go to work, you work at least 5 days a week. Some of us work 6 and 7 days a week. And the time just flies. I don't know, M18. I don't know. I don't keep up with the fight, so Exactly, Ravi. Texas is hottest. Texas and Arizona, I think, are the two hottest states. No, they've not been here so far today, Edith. We haven't had the trolls in here today. So maybe me switching around different times and not scheduling too far in advance my lives. And then also telling the trolls when they got here that we were going to report them to YouTube. Maybe that's helped keep them out, because if they think they're going to get caught by YouTube, YouTube will prevent them from even having a channel. So they probably don't want to risk losing access to YouTube. And there's Tim Rose. Thank you for that Mother's Day wish to all the moms. Well, if YouTube finds out who they are and blocks them from YouTube, they can't come into anybody's channel anymore because they won't have a channel. I think they care about that. Edith says she's going to be having surgery end of May. I apologize. I won't be able to moderate possibly. That's okay, Edith. You just get over your surgery and, come into my lives. That's all we ask. For you to get better, heal up after your surgery and be able to come into the lives and chat with us. Yeah, until you feel better. That's understandable, Edith. We'll all be praying for you. Yeah, they probably got scared and figured if we were going to report them to YouTube, YouTube can find out exactly who they are, and they can shut down their whole channel. They can prevent them from ever having a channel. So they'd never be able to come in people's lives like that and harass everybody. Exactly. We all pray for Edith. Wish her the best with her surgery the end of this month, and a good recovery. That way she can come back in the lives and chat with us. Oh, me. I've gotten relaxed since I'm sitting here now. I can take a nap. But I need to get out there and clean out that child tote and get it replanted, so I can get all the grass and the 4-leaf clovers and everything else out of it. Edith Wilson's asking what kind of surgery you're having. Yeah, but all that rain we got, it did my garden so much good. Everything is growing so good right now. Everything just got a growth spurt. I'm still waiting on my bell pepper plants. Some of them are not big enough. And I had to go out and sprinkle some Seven Dust on my little baby plants because there's some kind of bug eating my baby pepper plants. The seeds that's coming up, from the bell pepper that I planted. So I don't want to lose all my bell pepper plants. Oh, it's midnight in India. Well, you take care, Ravi. You have a blessed night. Have a good day tomorrow. And hopefully we'll see you on the next live chat. Knee surgery she's having, y'all. No, Wilson wants to know which knee. Have a blessed night, Ravi. Don't let the bed bugs bite. We'll see you next time. And there's Batman. Hello, Batman. I'm doing great. This is a beautiful Mother's Day here in Texas. Yeah, we want to know all the details, Edith. Everything about it. I can't even say Happy Mother's Day to my mom. Why is that? Is your mom no longer with us, or is she just not close to you, or what, Batman? Yeah, the bad one, Wilson. She's mad at me. I'm far away from my country. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, just say Happy Mother's Day, Mom, anyway. Why would your family hate you, Batman? Right knee, honey. Well, my AC has not come on today. It's not gotten hot enough in my house for it to kick on. Because I don't like it, cold in here. So my AC's not kicked on yet. Oh, I don't believe they hate you. Maybe they didn't like the things that you did or got the trouble that you got into if you got into trouble, but I don't think your family hates you. I can't either beyond the veil. I feel for these homeless people. They kicked you out. Well, you do better now, don't you, Batman? You don't get in trouble or do bad things now, do you? Yeah, I live alone now. Well, maybe one day they'll see that you don't do bad things anymore, and they'll come back into your life and be a family. Yep, love and forgiveness goes both ways. Yeah, that's what I would think beyond the veil. Maybe if he tried hard and showed them that he's doing better now, that, things will improve between him and his family. Yep, don't feel sorry for yourself. I tried it, but it didn't work. It takes time. They probably don't trust you yet. Maybe they don't believe that you're not doing bad things. I don't know. But pray about it. Maybe it'll all work out. Oh, me. Ooh. Let's have some soup. That might be what I eat for dinner tonight. I don't know. I've got a bowl of soup in there. I'm sorry to hear that, Batman. You're welcome here anytime. Yeah, Jana, I'm still alive. What's going on? Part of maturing and enduring hard times and many life lessons. Yep. Well, I hope you have a good day too, Batman. God bless. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good day tomorrow. Yeah, I can heat my soup up, Wilson. That way I don't have to cook. I can fix me some garlic bread and heat up me some soup. Yeah, I get tired of soup too. I can only eat it so many times before I got to change and eat something else. Okay, Batman, have a good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. We'll see you next time. Keep the spirit up. Things will work out. Oh, really? This weekend is the weekend my husband rode his bike down and I drove down with my parents and kids to MB. And there's Claire Quinn. You're almost a stranger, Claire. Happy Mother's Day to you too, and thank you for that Mother's Day greeting. We decided, oh, that's when you decided you were going to move there. Let's take Linda out to dinner. Ooh. I don't even know what I would want if I went out to eat. I don't know where I would want to go. There's so many different foods and so many foods I love, it'd be hard to choose. You'd never been there before? Wilson said everyone needs to move down to Texas, get out of the blue states. Go out for ice cream. I almost stopped and got me a banana split yesterday. That sounds like a good idea right there, is to go get a banana split. Okay, Joanne, you have a blessed day. Have a good night. Sleep tight tonight. Don't let the bed bugs bite, and we'll see you next time. Happy Mother's Day. You've only been to Florida? I got milk about to go bad, so I'm making pancakes for the freezer. Well, good for you, Tamara. I had a whole milk, a whole gallon jug of whole milk that I couldn't drink because I'm allergic to the fat in it. So I made cottage cheese with it. And oh my God, that was the best cottage cheese I've ever eaten in my life. And I put some of it in the freezer that I need to take out and need to put it in some lasagna or something. Because once you fix cheese with it, I can eat the cheese from the milk, but I can't drink that liquid that comes out of it. That makes me sick. And don't worry about your milk going bad. It turns into buttermilk. You can make some of the best biscuits with it you've ever made in your life with some soured milk. That's just like putting buttermilk in there. You love the caramel sundae at McDonald's? Well, that's an idea. I could run to McDonald's later and get me a banana split. Wilson likes Wendy's frosting or Frosty. Huh, Jana said Wendy's Frosty and French fries. Oh, how lovely. Y'all are going to make me hungry now. Yep, that's why you're doing pancakes. Well, yeah, like you said, you can always make a bunch of pancakes, freeze them, and take them out when you want a pancake and heat them up. Edith had ice cream last night. Well, good for you, Edith. You remember Sundays used to be $1, now they're $3.20 for a Sunday. It's absurd. Yeah, prices have went up on everything. I mean, I went into Walmart yesterday just to pick up a few things I was out of. I bought one package of meat, and you know what it was? Kielbasa sausage, one link of kielbasa sausage. And I got other stuff that I was out of. $112, y'all. And I didn't get nothing to eat, really. That's how much prices have went up. You like McDonald McRib sandwich? I don't care for those McRibs. They're like fake meat to me. I don't know. But I like the Big Macs and all that from McDonald's. McDoubles. Yeah, I got me a dozen eggs yesterday for $3. Was it $3.96 at Walmart? Yeah, those McRibs are fake meat. I don't trust fake meat. I probably could. I've done it before when I've made real ribs. I've pulled the meat off and put it on a sandwich and made me a barbecue sandwich with it. It was pretty good, too. It was pretty good. Yeah, I don't even know what I want for dinner. I really don't. I got to defrost my freezer up here, the one to my refrigerator. It's not frost free, and it's got an iceberg up in it. I'm going to have to take a chisel to it and chisel the ice out of it. Well, I still like their McDoubles, their cheeseburgers, and I kind of like the chicken sandwiches, but I rather have the bacon McDouble. That's what I usually get when I go there. I get a McDouble with fries and a Coke and the chicken nuggets. And that's all I can eat. Happy Mother's Day to you too, Janine, and thank you for that greeting. You're Wilson TNT to blast the ice out. That'd get rid of the refrigerator, I'm afraid. It'd blast everything out of the kitchen. Beyond the Veil had 2 McChicken sandwiches the other night with Dr. Pepper. Well, here lately I've been going to McDonald's when I do go. I don't go that often, but when I do, I order their their $5 family meal. And then sometimes I might add something to it, but usually Just the $5 family meal is enough that it fills me up. Jeremy said he eats McDonald's too much. He's too lazy. Love the double cheeseburgers. And Tamara's a McDouble quarter pounder girl. Oh. Jeremy said he needs my energy. Take you some B12. And there's Stanley Nicholson. Hello. Welcome to chat. Well, I've got, so when I order that family meal, I tell them I want a Coke with no ice. Because usually if I get a Coke, a small one especially, all you get is ice and maybe one swallow of Coke. And the Coke's cold anyway, so I order it with no ice. I'm probably the only one that goes through there that orders it with no ice. Oh, really? McDonald's charges for the water, but Runza gives the water free. I don't know where that Runza is. I haven't heard of that. In Iowa. Yeah, I don't know that we've got one of those around here anywhere. I think they charge for the water because actually they're charging for the cup. Because, they have to pay for those cups. McNuggets too, yep. That family meal is a pretty good deal. $5 for a McDouble. You get chicken nuggets, you get fries, you get a drink. $0.50, so it's not real bad. You love ice water. My mother's always said that water is a treat. I don't know what Runza is, the Runza. I've never heard of that. It must be a fast food place or some type of a restaurant. Happy Mother's Day, Jenny Leggett. Thank you for that Mother's Day greeting. And Stanley said he drinks cactus coolers and pineapple orange. I didn't know any place had cactus coolers. Where do you get those at? You can keep the pig's feet, Wilson. Chicken feet as well. You can have all you want. Yeah, but you said Runza had free gives free water, so they must be a restaurant. That reminds me, I was thinking about making stuffed cabbages this evening. That's what I was planning on having, but I don't know right now if I want to fix stuffed cabbage or not. I might still. Riverside, California. Oh, Runs also sells hot dogs, hamburgers. Yes, it's a restaurant. Thank you, Stanley. I've never been to Costco. I'd have to go to Fort Worth to go to Costco, and I've never been. Oh my goodness, Wilson. He's telling everybody to cook him a big helping of hog head soup. I don't think I want that either. Time for barbecue, not soup. Well, I've just took a notion I kind of would like to have some stuffed cabbage. It just sounds good right now. It's been a while since I've had stuffed cabbage, so I've been thinking about going out there and picking some of the biggest leaves off my cabbage plants and making me stuffed cabbage tonight. I think I'd rather have the stuffed cabbage. I like stuffed bell pepper, but I like the stuffed cabbage better. And I don't have bell peppers, so and I'm not going to go buy bell peppers to make stuffed peppers. I'm going to make me some stuffed cabbage is what I'm going to make. Where do you get a cactus cooler at, Stanley? I've never heard of a cactus cooler. I eat once a day. I have afternoon meals, so I will snack tonight. Hmm. And there's Uncle BB. Well, thank you for that Mother's Day greeting. That's okay. My birthday cake was beautiful. Scallop design was gorgeous. Well, thank you, Uncle BB. Starter Brothers. Don't think we got a Starter Brothers anywhere around here. Chicken feed is not for Edith, but she said at least no part goes to waste. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I hate to waste things, but I don't think I could bring myself to eat chicken or pig's feet. I mean, my dad loved pickled pig's feet, but I could never bring myself to even taste them. It just didn't look appealing. Okay, Beyond the Veil, tell your mom I said hello and happy Mother's Day. Enjoy your drive. We've been on here for over 2 hours. I guess we should end the live. I don't want to keep people all afternoon. I think the cactus cooler is a Flintstones reference. Really? I don't know. I've never heard of a cactus cooler. If I knew where to get one, I'd go buy me one just to try it. Yeah, I used to go to Sam's Club years ago. I was a member, but I haven't been to Sam's in many years because I don't buy big quantities of food like that. So I said I was kind of wasting my time to go. Now, if both of my freezers were empty right now, I might go, but yeah. Just me, I don't buy that big a quantity of food. And I got so much stuff that usually comes in out of the garden that, or fish that I catch. Like I said, I haven't been fishing in over a year. I need to go fishing, y'all. I need to catch me a big old catfish. I like to stuff my cabbage with onions and ground beef. Sometimes even mix in ground sausage with it. Add some spices. Oh, it makes a good stuffing. Rice. Mix it up with some rice. Roll it up in a cabbage leaf and then cook it in tomato sauce. Oh, that's really good. Let me have your leftover soup. Oh, goodness, Stanley. And I guess they don't have a sugar-free cactus cooler. Usually when I drink Coke or Pepsi, I get a diet one. I don't want all the sugar either. And I'm not a diabetic. Thank you, Diane. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. Yeah, I'm not a diabetic, so I don't usually have to watch out for the sugar, but I don't like to drink a lot of sugar, so when I get a soda, I usually get the diet one. Your nanny made the best stuffed cabbage. Well, that same recipe, a lot of people make it just a little bit different. Some people put in just regular tomatoes to cook it in. Some people put a tomato sauce. They use a lot of different sauces or sometimes different spices, or they stuff the cabbage with different ingredients. Well, you can have them all, Wilson. You can have all the chicken and pig's feet you want. I don't want any. They just don't sound good to me. They don't look appealing. They don't sound like they'd be appealing. And I can't bring myself to even try them. She put raisins. Put raisins in stuffed cabbage? That sounds interesting, Uncle BB. That's an idea. I've never put raisins in it, but like I said, people, put different things in the recipe. So each stuffed cabbage dish could be a little different. Thank you, Jeremy. You have a good rest of the day too. Have a blessed night and have a good day tomorrow. We'll see you next time. And I'm going to go ahead and end the live because we've been on here for over 2 hours, almost 2.5 hours. This is Mother's Day. You got things to do. You got family, so catch a rainbow trout. Yeah, I'd love to catch a rainbow trout. If the wind doesn't blow too much this evening, I might go, or I may wait and go tomorrow. I don't know. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. Sugar levels can spike overnight, especially if you like German chocolate cake and apple fritters with coffee. Oh, yeah, that's the truth, Stanley. Well, I just want to tell y'all, I appreciate you coming in. to my live chat this afternoon on Mother's Day, wishing me all the happy Mother's Day that I've been getting. Y'all have a blessed rest of the day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Have a blessed night. Have everybody please like, share, and subscribe to my videos. And I'll see you on the next one. Love y'all. Bye now.